Hi all. You are on the channel AniCup. Today we will learn a story from a very good anime called The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as a typical nobody. At the beginning, we are shown the world where our main character lives, who has done everything in this world that could be done. He saved all the people, won all the awards. Now he only wants one. He wants to be reborn as an ordinary person. As a result, he was reborn into an ordinary 10-year-old boy named Ard. Of course, he wasn't completely normal. He had the ability to quickly learn martial arts and magic. He is able to burn monsters with one finger. Still, Ard had one problem that he did not know how to solve. He was unable to communicate with peers and make friends. He communicated well with his parents, but when it came to communicating with peers, he did not know what to say. Especially when it came to dealing with girls. But suddenly, this problem is solved by one wise elf who came to visit them. The elf told him a clever thought. Respect the interlocutor and be very kind. Ard was very happy and thanked the elf. Suddenly, in the evening, Ard sees a little girl who is also engaged in magic. She also comes to the forest when she is angry or tired to take her mind off everything that is going on. Ard goes down to the girl and offers to make friends, but his kindness and generosity do not help him in any way, and the girl runs away, frightened of him. But she has nowhere to run. It turns out her father is the same elf who previously helped the main character. And Ard's parents get along great with him. After meeting a girl named Irina, Ard began to pursue her every day. He confessed his friendship to her and gave her flowers, but he always received only an unwillingness to be friends from the girl. Suddenly, one day monsters attacked the city. Everyone knew that Irina was missing, but Ard, using all his abilities, was able to find the girl alone. Flying up to her, he drove off all the goblins and saved the girl. The girl agreed to become Ard's first friend. The girl didn't have any friends either. Even after 2 years, the guys have a very good friendship. They always kept in touch. Ard and Irina were able to get into the same magic school. Now they will have a lot of time to spend together. For them, all writing assignments were very easy. They all decided on the highest score, except for Ard. He got 0 points. But the director said it was the other way around. This is the best rating you can get. The director praised the boy. From such compliments, Ard becomes uneasy. Now it's time for the first lesson. But suddenly Ard sees how some boys offend the girl. It turned out to be a rich, narcissistic boy. But Ard did not care. He thought that if a person is rich, then this does not allow him to offend other people. Ard invited the bully to a duel. It's the first day of school and there's already a fight going on. In a duel, Ard dishonored a bully. He used 2 spells at the same time, which is considered very difficult. Of course, Ard won. Everyone was shocked, including the teacher. The teacher gave the assignment. It was necessary to collect 3 people in a team and go down to the dungeon, where you need to defeat the terrible wolves. Irina got on Ard's team, as well as Ginny, a girl with pink hair, who was saved by Ard. Ginny was introverted due to constant bullying. But Ard took all his strength into his hands, and with the help of healing magic helped Ginny find himself and discard all the nightmares in his head. Now these girls are always with him. Ard and Ginny were supposed to go to the theater, but Irina did not approve of this outcome of events. She could not let Ard go to the theater alone with her, after which they decided that they would go together. But the girls haunted Ard in the theater and constantly divided it among themselves. After the theater, the guys went to the restaurant, but they did not reach it. In his direction they saw people in hoods standing in the shadow of the house and discussing something. In this whisper, Ard could make out the main idea. These mysterious people wanted to kidnap the queen of the country of people. But, unfortunately, Ard could not identify the cause of such atrocity. But such conversations were enough for Ard to start spying on them. It turned out that people in hoods took refuge in such a hidden place as a sewer. Their secluded place, thanks to them, was like a sect. There was a huge sectarian circle in the middle of the sewers. Such actions led the protagonist to the idea that it was better to deal with them, which he did quickly. But one of the enemies unexpectedly turned into a demon with wings and took off. But this did not stop Ard, and he also took off after the enemy and burned him with magic, leaving nothing of him. But having completely immersed himself in the destruction of the demon, Ard forgot where he was, which is why the realization comes late that he is surrounded by ordinary citizens. But they perceived Ard as a hero and savior, which caused the queen herself to invite a new hero to see her castle. The queen thanks the boy and girls for saving them, and immediately appoints them to a high government position. Ard is shocked. He was reborn into an ordinary person and just wanted to live in peace, as he was tired of being popular, but it turned out that he was also recognized in this world. Ard asked the queen to increase the funding for his school. One evening, the teacher suggests a school competition where Ginny and Irina can fight for Ard, thus representing him. If they perform well, Ard will be promoted. The idea turned out to be very good, especially since the girls will be able to understand which of them is stronger and worthy of the main character. But during the competition, demons suddenly attack, and the teacher, turning into a demon with wings, injures her father from Irina and kidnaps the girl. The teacher wants to feed Irina to a big creature to start chaos in the world again. But Ard immediately rushes to the rescue. He shows all his true power. With the strongest magic, he successfully saves the girl from the demon. Further along the story, we are introduced to a new girl named Sylphie. She received information from some secret sources that Ard is the boss in a past life, but fortunately no one believes her. After that, Ard fights with her, saying that there is no need to confuse anyone, I'm talking about some kind of boss. The heroes begin to prepare for another competition, where Olivia will participate. It is very interesting to watch her fight, because she is also considered a professional. Here comes the moment when Olivia meets in a duel with Ard. As soon as the battle begins, Ard shows his mighty strength and sends the girl into the sky with one blow. After the battle, Ard, Irina, and Ginny celebrate their victory before heading to the theater. Suddenly, a stranger in a mask appears there, who wants to make a fuss in the world at Ard. He sets the Sylphie up against the protagonist, but Ard dishonors the stranger, defeating him with one blow. Is Ard so strong that no one can defeat him? God takes over. God teleports the guys to himself and gives them an important mission. The main character will need to go into the past and stop the evil demons. He will also have to face himself. Ard travels to the past and sees Lydia, who is already dead in the present. She was also very strong. Ard starts fighting with Lydia. The battle was very long, and in the end, there was no single winner. They both fought on equal terms. Further, Ard meets a knight who destroyed all living things in his path. Suddenly the knight takes off his helmet and it turns out that he is another Ard, but from another dimension. It turned out that God also sent him and gave him another mission. His mission was to destroy everything that exists on this earth. He also had another mission, to keep Lydia alive in this dimension. Lydia and Ard have a very good relationship in all dimensions, and in all dimensions Lydia is dying. The knight wants to stop this chain in order to keep Lydia alive. He says that he can do all this himself, but if the main character helps him, then everything will be much faster. The knight gives time to think and leaves. Ard walks around without a mood, thinking the whole situation in his head. He doesn't know what choice to make. Suddenly Lydia from this dimension notices this and starts a serious conversation, where the main character finds out that she herself wants to die and you should not stop her. After that, Ard refuses the knight and a large-scale battle of the protagonist with himself begins. The girls have a job too. They need to find a vessel with the soul of a knight and break it so that the knight loses immortality. But the girls fall into a trap where many demons appear. But suddenly Lydia comes to their aid and they successfully destroy the vessel. After a long battle, Ard defeats himself. This was the hardest part for him. Suddenly after this, Ard and the girls return to their own time. Mission accomplished. It turns out the mission was for Ard to defeat his dark side, which he did. This brings us to the end of this video. Please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what you think about this anime.